How do you guys, as a family, celebrate Thanksgiving and make sure the kids get time with their families too?
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of families rolling in right now. We have a nice luau tonight going on. We'll have, after practice tomorrow, we'll have some Thanksgiving late brunch with them. And then we go to the hotel with them later on. So we're with them quite a bit.
Do they get some away time at all with families, or obviously?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we practice in the morning, and they're going to have all that time till we go to the hotel in the evening. And so they'll definitely get their time. And I think everybody's excited about people rolling in.
Anything in particular you're excited about for the luau? Something.
Well, I just think, you know, these kids are enjoyable to be around, and this will be a nice setting for those guys. And, yeah, excited for it.
On a scale of the season so far, and it's not finished, where's the reward for you? Is it way up there on the progress that this team has made, or togetherness and perseverance?
You know, I think probably the thing that we're most pleased with is they've really never backed away. I mean, they've showed up every day to go to work. Nobody's felt sorry for themselves or anything like that. And I think you can, you know, each game somehow, some way you can see some progress being made. I think that's probably the most pleasing thing.
What was your biggest remembrance of your first Apple Cup last year? Was it the emotion, trying to calm everybody down in it, or what do you take away from that game?
I think the number one thing that jumps to my mind, I don't think I've ever been colder in my entire life.
Not even in Boise?
Not even in Boise. And but really, how our guys played, how they responded, that was a cold game. And I don't know if any of the players had ever been in a game that was that cold. And they just went out and played, and they played really, really well. So that was encouraging to see.
How did they bounce back this week? I mean, obviously there's a lot of confidence and whatnot you could build, but how did they practice this week?
It was good. You never really know till you get to the field. Sometimes it's better than you think, and sometimes not as much. But I thought the preparation was very solid.
I know you want the energy and the focus and everything to be very constant for every week, but have you noticed a unique energy about this week?
There's definitely a different energy. The one thing that I've kind of learned is, I want every practice to be game type intensity, and sometimes that's a little unrealistic. We got to make sure that we show up and play our best on that game with our best focus, our best energy, and not have left it on the practice field. So I think these guys had a nice balance of focusing in, and in a couple of days it's time to go play with the most focus we've been and as much energy as we've had.
I know it sounds like Elijah got a chance to practice this week, other like Dwayne or Travis or any of these guys get a chance to practice?
Yeah, everybody's day to day now. We got 2 days, so they're all day to day. We'll see in 2 days.
Chris, football's been your life. Were you one of those kids that went out and played in the Turkey Bowl on Thanksgiving?
Absolutely.
Muddier the better?
It's been a while since I've been there, but there's no question about it. And, I think back in those days we had to get the video recorder with the cassette tape to tape the game if we were going to go outside, because I didn't want to miss the Thanksgiving. Usually it was the Lions and something like that. So now it's even easier. You just press the remote one button and go play your Turkey Bowl and come back and watch good football.
Have you noticed like anything different being here going against Washington State as opposed to when you were in Boise, having a big in-state rival like this?
I think the rivalries are similar. Doing this long enough, they're similar everywhere. I just don't think you can underestimate the rival. Everywhere they're pretty intense and pretty important to people that are involved with them. And I think that's why everybody likes the week of the rivalry.
Sounds like you're embracing that a little bit. Some people are kind of dismissive of that. In terms of the preparation, you want guys to have that intensity the same every week, obviously. But obviously for everyone outside the program and surrounding both programs, there is added significance to this week.
I think one reason that it's probably not overly different to us inside the building is because I do think these kids prepare pretty hard every week. And so if all of a sudden it was different, we'd be looking and saying, where's this been? But I think they prepared pretty well. But, like I've been saying, I think, you feel it from the outside, and you feel it from the people around the programs and how important it is.
Could you talk a little bit about a couple of things that you've noticed on a couple of parts of the Cougars that maybe don't get as much publicity, their running game and their defense?
I think those two things, you hit the nail on the head. One, you know, I think last week, I think they ran the ball for about 10 yards a pop. I mean, if we could do that, we'd be extremely pleased with ourselves. So, I mean, that's kind of overlooked, and, you know, I don't want to say that's a deceptive part, because that's what they're doing these days. And everyone's so concerned with the pass game, which you have to be when you're the number one pass team in the country, that if, you know, you don't stop that run game, all of a sudden, you're really on your heels. And secondly, you know, I think this defense is playing at a very high level. I've said it all along, this defensive line is extremely disruptive. And for whatever reason, everybody always talks about offenses, and in Washington State's case, rightly so. But their defense is really good, and I think this team is playing as well as anybody in our conference right now.